always play ball.
All right, we're ready for
Good morning. Good morning.
finance.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Commissioner Shore, Commissioner Johnson, Barbara Arsenault. I would like to bring forth to your attention our finance director. Carrie started with us on Monday. Her name is Carrie Hunt. She comes to us with an extraordinary wealth and background in finance, specific to municipalities. She is very familiar with multiple accounts, with payrolls, with TAN notes. And I'm really excited. She was not even a little bit intimidated by NDS. And I thought I was such big stuff because it only took me 3 months to figure out how to print off the year-to-dates, which I still, shudder and woo you with, right? Yeah, well, this morning I'm like, let me show you how to do year-to-dates. And she's like this and this and this. So she's a bit of an overachiever.
Well, welcome, Gary.
She has taken multiple classes already with regards to the NDS system, and they've set her up with a bunch of classes. I think she took classes with Barb on the budget, and I'm pleased to report that she actually feels as though the NDS system is more friendly
on the
on the
budgetary
budgets
system, yeah.
than the trio in which she's worked with. My plan is today to take her over to our bank, First National, so that and I'll need you folks to approve putting her on the accounts probably before I put her on the accounts. But I'm like I'm really proud, I'm really impressed, and I'm really pleased. I think this is going to be a huge asset. Already she's helped pull the warrants together and print checks, which puts her like 3 months ahead of the mentality in which I had. So
You're doing good.
You want that motion right now so it doesn't get aside?
if you two would, please.
Then I'll make a motion to put Carrie on the signatures
As the new finance director.
as the new finance director. Yes.
Put her
I'll
on
second
our
the motion.
motions.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. We have the 2 warrants as always. I will let Carrie go give you the numbers and go over them.
You want county or jail first?
I'm not ready.
Yeah, really, it's money.
If you want, you can just
You
step up here and that works out well and
Okay.
And then you'll present
present
them.
them and we'll sign them.
It's the same format in which
Yeah,
you guys have become accustomed to.
twice in 1 week,
Yeah.
2
So I have the county, the payroll, not payroll, but the accounts payable was 79,701.90. Your payroll for the county is $163,418.90 for a total of $243,120.80.
Okay,
I move that we sign and pay for it. Yeah.
second,
Yes,
all in favor?
Yep.
Thank you.
Your jail accounts payable was $15,600.67. Your payroll for the jail was $38,885.97 for a total of $54,486.64.
I could make a motion that we approve this and sign.
A second, all in favor?
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And then do we?
Yeah. Yeah, if you wanna, these are the year to dates. So you've got them, and for the most part,
Jail.
for the most part, we are on the money at this point. We should be approximately 58 to 60% expended, and you'll see in there for this time of year where we're at, so it looks really good. We've got the majority of bills finally entered into the departments that they belong to. So we're really kind of pleased with that.
We're kind of on board.
I'm sorry, sir.
Very good.
Yes, yeah.
Very good.
You want to announce that?
Sure. So we have
Good
two,
news.
so we have two towns that have paid their bill for the county. The town of Knox has
I
paid.
suppose it's in 3.
It's in my district. Oh, yeah.
That's, you know, the answer to that, right?
Don't get harsh, Betty. Don't get harsh.
My
Okay.
district is all of the highest
Oh.
paid,
Your district is the highest one?
highest one.
Yeah, she does. She has Islesboro, Lincolnville, and
I got
Belfast.
Islesboro, Lincolnville, Northport, and Belfast.
well.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I only got.
don't try to
two
burst our
small
bubble.
ones.
So Knox, as you know,
Has paid $110,798.08. And the town of Unity came through with their check at $269,769.23 for a total of $380,567.31.
Very good.
Helps.
so, yes, ma'am, it does. It does. At this point, we've expended from our TAN note, which we borrowed 5.5 million, we've expended $4,559,510.20. Current available is $991,246.
We should make it then.
You know, it's as of October 1st. You were in municipal. Is it October 1st that interest starts accumulating?
November 1st.
Dang it.
Good try.
Yeah, I know, because usually, I mean, the municipalities will start, you know,
Right,
yeah.
kicking in. So, but, so we're running, you know, close to the line.
Good.
But, I haven't had much opportunity to work with Carrie yet, but in a way, I'm glad because I think the trainings and stuff have been huge and I wasn't able to participate in those. It's probably a good thing. But I really do, guys. I have a great confidence and I appreciate, I know both of you sat on the committee and I wasn't able to participate, so you made a very good and wise decision. So
So the complete-
Do we have any report on the reserves? Do we have any printout on reserves?
I didn't print one out, but afterwards I'll show Carrie how and I will get that to you. My apologies.
Right, yeah, because that's usually interesting. to
Yep,
see.
okay. All right. Are there any further questions?
No,
No, but I'll make a motion that we accept and file the finance report.
second motion. All in favor?
Thank you, guys. I'll get that.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Carrie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Jason, are you in the hall?
Good job. Thank you.
There you go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You didn't have any papers with you, so that's good.
No, nothing too in-depth today. I left you each a paper at your seats. Motorola will be here August 16th doing a demo of their mobile module software, and you're obviously invited to that. So I just wanted to let you know.
Is this the one that's down at the boathouse?
This is one gonna be up at the EOC. Down at the boathouse is September 20th. Not at the boathouse, but at the red building below the
I
farmer's
know, talk
market.
about confusion because
Yes.
there isn't a good sign there. or
No,
anything
I think it's called Bay Viewpoint. or
else.
Bay-
Yeah, I know. It's
something.
tricky, literally right at the end of the hill.
That effect, because the boathouse was booked by the police department already, so we did investigate that one first, though. And yeah, so
So what is this one, Jason?
that's the mobile piece for the officers to be able to do more in their car, as far as setting their status, doing reports in their car and that sort of thing. I know we've investigated it for some time prior to me being here, even, I think. There's been there's been quite a bit of interest from different departments about getting it. Every time I've gone to the conference, there's been, you know, and obviously they're trying to sell us on it. It's a sales pitch. I finally said, you guys need to come out here, do a demo for us. I'm not out on the road. You need to show us what it's going to save people for time in the vehicle, how it's going to save radio traffic for dispatch, how it's going to save, they say it will save time when booking inmates into the jail from duplicating paperwork. So I said, you need to come out and show us how it's going to save this. Then we can sit down and say, you know, per call, it's going to save 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Per booking, it's going to save this amount of time. You know, based on the average pay of an officer, it's going to save this amount of time. And then we can say, if it's going to cost $20,000 and it's going to save this number of minutes per call, and we have this many calls per year, but then we can start to, you know, justify that if it makes sense. But I can't just say, you know, yeah, it looks nice and it's shiny and it would be nice to have.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to, I don't work that way. I need numbers.
So do you have, like, I hope all the law enforcement.
Yes,
dispatch?
Yeah, I've invited everybody. Bangor PD is going to come down as well. Not that they work with us, but they're also interested in it. And Motorola wanted to combine it, and I'm like, yep, that's fine.
No, I think it's
so
More the merrier.
yeah. My understanding is Bangor and us are the only ones in the state without it at this point, which is like, that's fine. So
You have here 9 to 2, so I imagine the demos will be a short time, show the demo, and then there's a pause and.
the demo is going to be about 2.5 hours roughly, just showing the different pieces of it, and then there's going to be an extended Q&A. I asked them if they had a time that they had to leave, and they said no, they're there for the whole day. So I'm encouraging not only the chiefs, the lieutenants, the, you know, sheriff, but anybody on any level to go.
Right.
No, I think.
And ask their questions, because this is their time.
Right,
to go look at it, get their hands in it. And
Have you talked to anybody else, Jason, that has it currently?
I have, yes. And I've talked to, like, Knox County has it, Oxford County has it, and things like that. They're using it to different abilities. And it's such a, it's a domino effect, I want to say, for lack of a better term. It affects so many different things. One example that I've heard a lot of is if your dispatch is really busy, rather than, you know, we'll say you have 5 people out on the call and radio in saying, you know, unit 2 has arrived on scene, they can go on their computer and just put themselves as arrived. So that can save on your dispatch, radio traffic, as well as work for that. I can see that being a good thing if your dispatch is really busy. You can also do, it helps with your report writing, because they can actually, like on your cell phone where you can talk to do a text message, they can actually write their reports with their voice in their cars. So that, again, it's a sales pitch, so please take this with a maybe.
So I was gonna say, why couldn't they record?
Salt lick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a grain of salt, but, you know, the appropriate amount of salt. But that would, to me, and this is my interpretation, but that you could save on, in theory, time driving back to a station to be able to work at a computer at a desk. Time typing that report out, because it might be quicker to just voice to text it. Time, you know, if you go back to a station, there's only 2 computers, you've got 3 people waiting to write a report, because the computers in the car aren't that ergonomic. You know, you're not going to want to write 5 to 10 reports there in that computer. So, and wear and tear on the vehicle. If you're, I mean, probably Belfast PD, it's not that bad because you're in a smaller area. The sheriff's office, you know, you've got to drive quite a bit more. So again, those are all factors to consider. There's that. There's another piece where there's a piece called AVL, which I think stands for automatic vehicle location, where that's kind of a safety piece, where dispatch could see where the vehicles are located.
I thought we could do that now with one of our programs that we have, that they could locate vehicles.
I don't think so right now. So I'll check with Mike on that, or when
For
he
some
comes in.
reason, I thought I'd seen it even on a screen there, but.
Yeah. So that again can be a safety piece, but also it can be, you know, if you've got a call in Lincolnville, you could dispatch the vehicle that's closest rather than just saying, well, it should go to this person, but they're on the other side of the county. So again, there's multiple pieces to it. That's all in a best case, you know, perfect world sort of thing. So again, I just want them to come out and demo it. I don't want to be the one to, you know,
Well, I think that's.
to say, yes, we need it based on a 5-minute conversation with just me.
I'm just thinking it might be interesting, Jason, to get somebody here that currently has it.
Yes.
That would know some of the loophole questions to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah, and that's, I'm gonna talk to Knox County as well
Yeah.
and some of their folks that use it and everything else. So it's a,
Interesting.
yeah. So anyway, you're obviously invited to come up and
Did you?
Ask
You
questions.
say Oxford County was the other one?
everybody else in the state that has Spillman has it currently. The Maine State Police have it. Everybody else but us and I guess Bangor at this point that has Motorola or Spillman have it at this point. So we're the two of the lone ones without
That's
it.
okay, I don't
So-
mind being lone wolves.
No, and that's fine. And I'm not saying we have to get it, but I just figured just get them out here once and for all and kind of, you know,
I have a feeling it probably will be much more efficient.
and it could be. And I
I mean,
that-
it's a large county. You know, you could travel back and forth.
and I felt like that was kind of knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it, but I felt like when staffing issues in different departments were having issues, I felt like maybe this could help not replace people, but maybe assist when staffing levels were low, you know, and maybe help relieve some of that stress. But again, we'll see. Other than that, it's been setting up some new employees up at the sheriff's office. I think they've got another one starting on Monday, I've heard, so setting them up. Getting the new employee over at the DA's office. I still got to get her a camera for her laptop over there, but I think she's all set other than that. And just kind of doing that, setting Carrie up on her computer down here. And I worked with her the other day on the consolidated spreadsheets and she figured out the US Cellular spreadsheet on her own, which was great.
She's
Um, Yeah,
in
so,
fact, I think she needs to see you afterwards
Yep.
to take, she'll explain.
yeah, no, I'll definitely talk to her. So, yeah, it's just kind
So
of,
do we want to revisit the Stockton question today, get that?
yeah, I haven't had much time to research that yet. I've been a little bit busy. Yeah, so I am researching it. I just don't have anything to present to you yet. So it'll probably be the next meeting. I haven't forgotten about it, but it's just been kind of
Good,
dropped a little bit back, but it hasn't dropped off.
okay, good.
So, yeah, it's just been kind of
Wow.
day-to-day things, nothing big, nothing, no emergencies.
Good.
I did have a meeting with the phone provider consolidated and things like that as far as the contract goes. I haven't signed that contract for the 3 years yet, just because I'm trying to. Mike has 3 or 4 phone lines that he pays separately up at the comm center that he pays like, I guess, 60 some odd dollars a month for.
Were they consolidated?
Yeah,
What
that
are they for?
he took over from Belfast way back when.
I thought we had that discussion that this was gonna come to a slow or abrupt end.
Yes, so I'm trying,
Answering.
Hasn't ended yet?
Yeah, really.
No,
When's it
so-
gonna end?
I'm trying to, he said that to me the other day, so I'm trying to bring those, figure out what those are used for. And either figure out, number one, if we need those lines anymore.
Right.
And if we do, pull them under this same contract to pull them down to that $25 a month,
Which is still ridiculous.
so we can save money on them.
Yeah, I almost think that that's kind of a priority. thing.
Yes, or if we don't need them, just
Yeah.
get rid of them.
That's a cost.
And then my next step is I'm trying to My next step is I want to talk to Consolidated about the hosted VoIP up at probate and see if we can do anything with that cost up there, as well as the DA's office over at the court building.
What does that cost?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm just trying to, if we're gonna negotiate this big contract, I'm just trying to negotiate everything that I
No,
can. And
Consolidated's the only dog in the fight, is
pretty much, yes.
So they've
Unfortunately.
monopolized, so we
Yeah.
can't even. Is
So-
any of this stuff that we could put Ray on to take some pressure, or is he setting up computers and stuff?
No, I can get him to try to do some of that as well. Yeah, so it's just trying to kind of,
Like, I'm listening to all this stuff that you're juggling and. it's
yeah,
killing
yeah.
me.
No, I'm just figuring if it's a one-time contract negotiation, I'm just gonna try to see what we can get out of them at this point.
But
Save some money.
Anything that you could put Ray on.
Yep,
Jason,
yeah, no,
take some
definitely.
Pressure off of you,
Yep, yep. So we're
that's gonna
researching
be
what
a
we've
lot to
got.
have, what, 4 or 5 new employees and
Yep,
setting them up.
Yep,
Great.
and working with Dale on the deed space, because I guess
Yep.
they're starting to work on that, and
They were knocking walls out the other day.
yeah, and Ray will work on getting that wired up and things like that when that
Okay, good.
starts to get rebuilt and things. When that gets rebuilt, we'll have to revisit the phone system down here. Because I don't think it will have the capacity to put their phones on it down here, so, but we'll have.
Why, the probate used to be there.
Yeah, that phone
Yeah.
system the phone system down here has already crashed a couple of times when we try to make any changes to it. And so I just don't know if we can add anything to it without it.
Will Ray be able to tell that ahead of time, or is
Yeah,
this gonna
yeah.
be a ticking time clock? that
Yeah,
we get?
that's the one where when we walk in that room, we kind of tiptoe very lightly past it, because anytime we make any changes to it, it will sometimes smoke and things like that, so. Just
Okay.
be forewarned. So
I'm glad you got
So
that.
then, about it, Jason,
that's all I got for you, unless you have any questions for me.
thank you.
All right,
Good.
thank you.
I'm trying to remember that, but that'll come down the road. That.
Good timing,
I was
good
listening.
timing. Good morning. Stand out there, listen, hey.
I was watching by Zoom, so I'd make sure I came in on time. So I know you want to stick to the timing, so I'll stick to my script, which I try to every time, but I deviate. I'm going to start right in with great news of new hires. I do not have not one resignation, so that's good news. Yes.
Good.
So the sheriff's office has hired 2 new patrol deputies. One is Aaron Santana. He is from Thorndike. His date of hire will be August 8th. He is uncertified. His hourly rate will be $26.45. His vacation accruals will be 80 hours a year. And he'll be full-time. He also is eligible for the $7,500 sign-on bonus, and with his first installment being the next payroll after he finishes the academy.
I thought we had cut back on that.
I questioned that.
Were these guys already in?
I was talking to the sheriff, yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I said, we're all set, and they said, yes, we were rewriting, $1,000 in the 3, 3, and 3. That's the one. He had 1 or 2 that was gonna have to be used up because it's already advertised. Other than that, so you might want to check with him and that on that.
I did, and they did say this is the case that they
Okay.
were in the works already, and they wanted to honor that.
Yeah,
commitment.
sure, if I wanted
Yeah.
people to keep the word, that's
Yeah.
right.
And so the next,
What was that name again, so we can make a motion?
Aaron Santana.
I move that we,
Aaron Santana.
new hire, at the rate that you mentioned.
2645, and I have copies of all the documents for the minutes.
Did you second that? I'm sorry. Or did you?
Yeah,
You did, okay, thank you.
And the second is, her name is Brooke Hartshorn. And she's from Lincoln. She will be a new patrol deputy.
Hartsborn,
Hartshorn, HARTSHORN.
okay.
And I have to slow down when I say
She
that.
pronounces it hartshorn,
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh,
How is it
thank you.
pronounced?
hartshorn.
Okay. Okay.
That makes sense too with the SH. And her start date will be August 7th. And she comes certified. And her hourly rate will be $35.50. She is coming on board with 240 hours of vacation time for her annual vacation accrual. And she is eligible for the new sign-on bonus of 10,000. And we will pay her according to the new arrangement with the sign-on bonus.
I'll make a motion that we accept new hire Brooke Harson. According to the terms and standards which are outlined.
All right, now second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
And those are the folks that are starting, they're coming on at the new salary schedule as well. So I just wanted to mention that. You know, we're talking about the new sign-on bonus.
And she's certified.
And she is. And what a great segue into Director Larrabee. His department has hired 2 new dispatchers, which puts Mike, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm excited to say he's now fully staffed based on my understanding of the positions he has.
On paper,
Yes,
yes.
on paper, yes. Okay, so right now, the first new hire, her name is Daphne Manuel. How she pronounce it?
Well,
Manuel?
Yeah.
As a full-time dispatcher. Her start date was July 24th. So I'm asking for both of these new hires after their start date. There was some confusion with Mike and me on how I'm supposed to present these to you. So, and when I got the paperwork, and in an effort to, because of where they worked and so forth, we wanted to get him on board. And so there was some confusion on that I'm supposed to start them after, but we threw him in the mix to get him up
I
and
think
going.
they
And it had something to do with the academy
academy.
training too.
yeah, because they had to be, by the time we hired them, they had to give their 2 weeks. The academy was starting and I was waiting on the background check, so it's kind of wonky.
Okay, so that's why they're in retrospect.
I'm making a motion, for.
Daphne Manuel,
Right, Stephanie, or is
Daphne.
Daphne,
And her start date was July 24th. She's coming on board at $19.08. She is
certified or?
uncertified.
Okay.
She is also eligible for the sign-on bonus as stated in their agreement.
Second the motion?
Yeah, I did.
All in favor?
No,
And the second dispatcher, his name is Devin Fairbrother. And he will come on board as full-time. Start date was July 19th. His hourly rate is $19.08. He also is eligible for the sign-on bonus, but he's uncertified. And he's in the academy currently for.
make a motion, we accept Devin Farewell.
I'll second.
All in favor?
And both of these folks are in the academy currently?
Yep, they're currently there now.
Good, good.
So I just had a separate topic. It's been great to have the new finance director. She's already hit the ground running, and it's been great from my perspective to have someone to collaborate with. So excited. So thank you. Thank you so much. And Susan and I have been, I think, doing great. And I want to take this opportunity before we forget and thank Commissioner Fowler for being open to coming in and helping and brainstorming and vetting everything out, because with me new and Susan new, it was kind of difficult there for a few months to figure out what to do. So I think we all stepped up to the plate and
Good.
really dug in.
Thank you.
So I
Absolutely.
want to thank Susan and Commissioner Fowler for that. It's been exciting because now I'm able to connect how payroll with CGI is connecting to NDS. So to me, that is like, I'm over the top happy on that.
I think that I said that to Carrie this morning. One of the things that has been the hardest is only doing this, trying to do what's a full-time job for somebody that is a finance person. And do it on a part-time basis, and you just start to all of a sudden, you know, you'll be doing something. It's like, oh, wait a minute, now I get it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, you know, pieces, and the fact that at this point now, all of us know something. I mean, Barbara's, you know, audits of not audits, but enters the payroll in and stuff like that. So we never, ever, that's one thing we learned. No one person should know a job and only them, you know? So at this point, we all have enough knowledge to be kind of dangerous, I guess, in a good way, but wow, incredible.
Oh, no, it has been, because I do think we could sustain a change, which is exciting for me, to have the cross training and keeping each other in the loop. And we come across some information and we just go out and we say, hey, did you know about this? And we start chatting about it for about 5 minutes, and then we move on, but at least we've planted a seed.
Yes, it's been really good.
Yeah, very. So the other one is I wanted to get it documented for this because there's been some discussion around the office doors. The one for the public, I call the public, which is the front one with the ramp. And then the door out back, which I call the employee entrance, just because both of us come and go from. And I wanted it documented about the process in which you recommend on when the doors should be locked and when they should not be. So for example, when I'm here by myself after hours, or if I'm the only one in the office here for the day, I keep the back door with the stairs locked, so I can monitor, and it kind of forces everyone for the public to come around to what I call the public door. If it's an employee, they got a key, they can come and go through the back door.
Oh.
And I just want that documented, that you're comfortable with that.
Right, so after hours, so after 4 o'clock.
Everything should be.
Nobody from the public should be coming
No.
in anyway, so
No.
why isn't that door locked too?
It does, we do kind of, one of us will kick in and lock all the doors, whoever thinks is.
But I mean,
first, but
I
during
gotta
the
tell you,
day,
even when I've sat in the finance, I'll get up and lock that door because there's still a lot of traffic that comes to our office thinking we're probate, even though there's a
Right,
huge
yeah.
sign up there. And we get a lot of people that come in, wanting to pay the restitution and stuff. And I always lock the door. In fact, I've kind of gotten after Annette, and I apologize for that, because it's like, why is the door unlocked? And I know Sharon and the ladies upstairs want the door locked. So I had said to her, just for clarity, let's just get it down there. We all have keys, right? Do we all have keys?
Yeah.
We all have keys. I haven't lost mine yet, which that's a biggie, but
No, I think it's a good idea. I don't see anything wrong
you
with it.
can't see anybody coming through that way.
No.
You've got Barb sitting over here. I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, no, I was just gonna make, would it be wise to put like a chime on that door, so like even during business hours, people in the office, if you're busy, know that somebody's come in?
I mean, we could, but I mean, and that's right. If they come around to that side door there, if that's
Right.
always like the public's door, you know,
I would think that's the way it should be,
yeah,
is that they shouldn't be parking in the back anyway,
well, there's technically no way to
and
park.
so. Yeah,
Doesn't sound-
I mean, that,
I think
No,
remember
I
at
know,
one point
Barb.
that
I
door
don't know,
was
but
always
you're right.
locked anyway.
What's that? Mike?
At one point, that door was always locked.
I know during COVID, I think
Oh,
That's when it
okay.
started.
yeah, we locked it,
Gotcha.
but as I say, I mean, it's a sketchy feeling, you know, some days, and if there's only one person in this, you know, downstairs office, you know, which happens, it makes me nervous. I like to know that at least they can see somebody come in one door, so.
So it's like all the time then from now on?
Yeah, I would just say, my thought would be, that's just an employee entrance, you know, that they come to that door, and if I want to come to that side door there, I'll make sure I find my stupid keys.
yeah,
so I just wanted to thank you very much. And then in closing, Barb is, county clerk is on vacation starting next Friday, the 11th. And I just wanted to let you know that I will be meeting with Barb to get Susan up to refresh whatever she may need to back up Barb while she's out on vacation, because we also have a commissioners meeting, I think, that week.
Mhm.
And so I will definitely make sure Susan is up to speed, and with Carrie now on, it will free up some more time for Susan to focus on what we hired her for, was to back Susan up, have Susan back Barb up to the best she can when, so, and it's been a while since she's done that, so.
So that's
we need to
awesome.
get her up
No,
to
and I
speed.
think Barb was good enough. She taught her how to do the agenda and minutes and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but a
so
good
that's awesome.
review, good to review.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that that is, and we are using her to the intent that you had shared with me when we hired her, was that the lower level, so we can all focus on the higher level. So is that still my understanding
Yeah.
for Susan's role?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
excellent. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so
I
much.
didn't
Thank
mean,
you.
I didn't mean to steal your thunder real quick as HR, that was wrong, but I introduced Carrie Hunt
Yeah, no, that's
to
perfect.
them as the new finance director and stuff, so I appreciate that.
And
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
And you, do you want to just do that, you think today?
Went 3 minutes over time.
Thank
Hey, no talking.
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
Morning, how are you?
Very well. How are you? New
Okay.
dispatchers, this is exciting. Mike.
It is. I don't have much today. Well, I was gonna tell you about all the new dispatchers, but that's, you know now.
Secret out.
So I received this letter from the other tower company. They did not accept the letter that we sent them. So they're still saying that they don't care, we owe the money. I sent them an email back stating that I was gonna forward it all to our attorney and sent it all off to Peter last night to see what his take is on it. Peter feels that they're in violation of the contract and we're not, and that we shouldn't be paying them anything.
Oh, my gosh.
So I guess we'll wait to see what the attorney said, right?
Yeah, I emailed Peter last night. I expect to hear from him either today or tomorrow. He's pretty good about getting back, so.
Yeah,
So are we still using this tower? I mean.
We've been off it because we couldn't, for one, they wanted us to pay to fix it, so we couldn't even
This
get
is
our,
the Liberty Tower,
yeah,
correct?
the old one on 220.
Yep.
We could not get on the tower to change equipment because the radio company wouldn't climb it because it's unsafe to climb. And so we could not strike a deal with them. And they dragged their feet so long by not communicating that they started communicating after the gap was, how do I say it? Not the gap, but the time frame was up for us to be able to get out of the contract. And we were trying to negotiate back and forth and they wouldn't talk to us till after that time. And then once that happened, then they started talking to us and now we couldn't get out of the contract. So, and that's why Peter feels that they were purposely stalling.
Yeah.
And he said, no, he says, that's not right and that we shouldn't have to pay. So we have no equipment there. There's nothing there anymore. It's all been removed except for the stuff on the tower. And once they do fix the tower, then we'll send the radio company over to gather what's ours. So, and actually most of it's not even ours because the previous tower company said there's already antennas on there, might as well use them. So we have two things up there.
Oh.
That's it. So,
I would say let the lawyer figure it out.
Yeah.
I think is, maybe we'll have to pay something.
yeah,
Something is a lot different than the full amount.
correct.
Maybe we have to pay nothing.
Yep.
But it's definitely a legal question.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I sent it all up to Peter and he's been really, really good. So he'll take care of it.
This was the bill, I think, that I sent up to your office and
Yes.
said, do I pay this?
Yeah, and I'll let Carrie know because those
It gets
bills have been coming
confusing.
here.
American Tower, and
Right.
How much was the bill?
it wasn't as bad as I thought.
No, they're saying we owe 4,500 right
Yeah.
now, but it's
Which
a
is
like,
bad enough,
Still.
but
right,
it
but
wasn't
it's a
as bad.
5-year term
Yeah.
that the contract is, I think. So you take whatever it is a month
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let's see what the attorney figures out.
yeah, we can,
Always in a legal, there's never any final answer to.
it's,
Ah.
and it's better for them to fight than to me to fight because they know all the lingo and the
Oh, sure.
jargon and everything. And Peter said that that's basically what he's done has been towers and he's good at this. So
Yeah.
when I talked to Matt said, nope, I got a tower guy. He says he'll take care of it. So. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So you know about the 2 new hires there at the academy. We had the 3rd hire that was already trained she had gone through the academy already. She didn't do much at Knox, but she went through the academy. She's training now. We had the last trainee is now on her own as of this week. So she's doing her thing and doing pretty well. She still has a ways to go, but everyone does. So
She's what?
she still has a little ways to go
Okay,
to get
okay.
her confidence, but she's doing very well. So,
Mike, are we pretty well set up with this test thing we're running?
so we were supposed to do it next week. The problem is the IT guy for Knox County went on vacation, told the county administrator, which never relayed that back to us. So we were all set to go. And then Misty and I went down and sat there for half a day, just kind of seeing how they do things and everything. And the IT guy shows up and he's like, no, I'm on vacation that week. So we need IT guy on both ends to make this work so we pushed it out. So it's going to be the week of like the 20th or something like that.
Okay,
But I don't have a comfortable feeling of the whole thing because they keep changing the parameters of it. And last I talked to them, they're like, well, if we just get busy, we'll unplug them and you can take our 911 call.
No,
Well, I can't do that because I can't prepare to have the staffing for it.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get through the test week, reevaluate, see what they actually want, and then figure out from there.
yeah, because if we get involved with the extent we think we will, it's definitely a long-term contract. We'll have to spend some money that they'll have to reimburse us for.
Yeah,
But I think it's highly unfair that to say to you, well, if we get busy, we'll.
yeah.
Unplug.
Yeah, we can't do it that, I mean, in a pinch, if we don't do this for them and they get busy or something, and they call up and say, hey,
Oh,
we're
sure.
slammed, you know what? Well, we will do our best and we'll try to help them.
Yeah,
But at this stage in the game, I'm not just gonna leave it to them to be like, oh, we have a parade, we're busy, so unplug.
yeah,
You know, it's just not gonna happen that way, and it's too many unknowns, and we really need to do the test, narrow it down, and they need to tell us what they want.
yeah,
And one of the board members, she copied me on the email and she had said, you know, they're doing this for us for that week to try it. Maybe we should, you know, give them like a little bit of a bonus for the dispatchers that are willing to help. And the comment back was interesting because it was, well, we'll see what they come up with for figures and we'll see if we can afford it or something along those lines. And I don't think that the
I can-
board, the commissioners and the dispatch center are all on the same page over there. I really,
well,
I haven't had a good feeling about this whole thing
No.
from day one.
no, and I still don't.
I don't think Mike, I don't think the whole operation is on board. I mean,
Yeah,
agreed.
every meeting I sit in, including this past week, something was irregular.
Yeah,
Always is a crisis, and if we're gonna get involved and answer, it's gonna cost money.
it is.
We're
It is.
we have to expand a little bit,
Yep,
but we have to be a long-term contract. We can't build 20 feet on the
right.
building and say, I hope when somebody comes.
Yep.
So they have to definitely make up their minds of what they're gonna do.
Yep.
And it sounds to me like they're not any closer to
No,
doing this than the last time we talked.
for me, it's almost sounds as if the commissioners and the county staff is like, all right, let's get Waldo on board and we'll just like slowly give them everything. Where the dispatch side of it, and I think the board is on board with the dispatch side of it, where they're trying to save their center and they don't want it to go away, but as of, what's today's date, the second, third? Third, so it's in 2 days, they lose another dispatcher
Yeah,
because she's
Yeah.
retiring. So they'll be down to 4 dispatchers.
yeah,
And I finally figured out how they make it work down there because they take the 911 calls, but their regular phone hardly ever rings. Where our regular phone is constantly ringing with just officers calling in, with the public calling in for the sheriff's office and
And for the Belfast.
for
PD.
Belfast PD
I
and
thought we weren't
everything.
gonna do that anymore.
We give them the number, but we still have the number, so people still call in on it.
So what if we just unplug the phone?
We could put a call forward right down to the PD.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
be cruel. Do you know what I mean? When
that's
we-
what I said for years.
Yeah, I mean,
We can unplug them.
So that, but I mean, when we merged with the city of Belfast and created the Waldo
Mhm.
County Regional Communications Center, I mean, I get it. But at this point, I don't understand why dispatch and you folks are answering and then forwarding everybody's calls. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't, well, and we're doing a
Yeah, we're
lot.
paying for these 3 phone lines Jason mentioned.
Yeah, I gave him them to see if he could get them into our contract.
No, I don't think we should get them in our contract. I think we should unplug them.
Yeah, because I'm paying $400 a month for those 4 lines.
Guys,
It's
unplug them.
Yeah,
You know?
So the problem that the PD lines, yes, I don't have an issue with. The fire and ambulance lines, I think we have to hold on to because, and slowly get rid of those because those are a lot of the monitoring companies Seco Security and stuff call on those fire lines. And then a lot of the nursing homes call on the old ambulance line. So the PD lines we could probably get rid of and then
Well,
slowly get rid of the
So
fire
why
ambulance
can't
lines.
that be educated to call
A different
a
number.
different
Yeah.
number?
It could. I think probably what we'd have to do is when they call, have it on a recording for like 6 months. This number is no longer whatever. This is the new number. And then they'd have to call that new number.
But you say
Well,
like,
what's wrong with sending a notice to,
yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
again,
that too, yeah.
I mean, this is,
you know, I mean, you know, you gotta be practical too.
Yep,
this is the taxpayers' money.
yeah,
You know, and it's like, I mean, Betty's right. At this point, guys, guess what? You make 1 million flyers or
Yep.
whatever. And send them to all the area nursing homes or businesses or whatever that effective as of boom, such and such a date.
yeah,
This is who you call, because it's true. Another 6 months, $400 a month.
right.
Right.
It's a lot
You
of money.
know, I mean, that adds up, plus the personnel that have to keep answering those phones.
Yeah, that's why Jason was gonna try to get them into the contracts. They were lower, but. if
But
we-
even
if you
so,
wanna
then we're
work on-
stuck with them in
Yeah.
a contract.
If you wanna work with getting rid of them, we can do that.
I, I'll make a motion that we get rid of those 4 lines that
Yeah.
aren't even ours anymore. ASAP.
Okay.
I second
Oh,
The-
David?
Oh,
Do I need, is the resolution that we have, the written resolution between the city and the county? Where it's been so long now and so much has changed, is that still in effect, or is that kind of just guidelines now?
I would assume it's guidelines, but I would
Okay.
be curious to see it. I mean, I certainly.
I got a copy of it
it.
somewhere.
A
and I-
lot of these things should be renewed
Right,
periodically anyway, so when was it?
It's
has it
never
ever
been.
renewed?
All right, then.
Yeah.
That's when it gets
So-
reviewed now and.
Ah.
Maybe once in the mid-2000s and.
yeah, so maybe we go through it, review it and. Put that we're not gonna deal with those phone lines and
Right,
then
because-
send it off to the city to be signed and,
Things change, I mean,
Yeah.
times change, you know, you can't stay.
right.
Without me doing stuff.
Yep, no, I will work on that, and see how we can resolve that. Yeah,
I mean, it's
So-
just like any policy should be reviewed.
Yep.
Does it have to change to fit the time or,
mhm.
you know, adjustments to things that are different?
So with that being said, maybe what I should like to do then is do what Knox does, is they have one, I can take one of our current lines that we have. Dedicate that just to alarm companies and nursing homes. That's how they do it down there. So that way theirs doesn't get lost in the rollover and the voice recording and all that stuff. Take one of the tail end ones that is just a rollover line and make that nothing, and we can use that number for nursing homes and for alarm companies.
and then get rid of the other 3.
Yeah,
So why haven't we done that?
it's just never, we just always just kept going with what we had.
And I get
Yeah.
it. I'm as guilty as the next guy
Yep.
on that. But I mean, I'm thinking to myself, like, still, it's. I mean, that's a lot. We
Yeah.
have $991,000 remaining in our TAN to continue to run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like. Savings anywhere that we can find it at this point are huge.
Yep. Nope, I
So-
will work on that.
That would be awesome.
Mike, I don't want to hurry you along, but we're having an executive session at 10 o'clock and I'd like to get Chris
Okay.
in for that.
Okay,
Can I just revisit that vote then, because you voted for 4 lines to be removed, are you not doing that now?
I think we still want to remove,
I
it,
think-
but I guess Penny's right. I mean, we
Okay.
need to get
Okay.
the thing to make sure that there's nothing.
yeah, if we keep
So-
one
But I mean,
and
again,
then get rid of the other 3,
I think
then-
sometimes you just have to talk and say stuff out loud and all of a sudden you're like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
And no one always said those 4 lines are a burden anyway, so. But, and honestly, if I remember right, I don't even know if one of them is even connected anymore because. The state wanted to take one of the 911 alt lines. And put it into our regular phones and we needed a space, and I want to say we even got rid of one of them that we don't even use anymore, so.
But I bet at the end of the day, when we really started digging, we'd see that we're still paying for it.
Correct, yep.
You know,
Yep.
I
No,
totally get it.
I'll work with Jason and see how we can get it all resolved. So,
Some of these policies and procedures that you go through, I think should be reviewed.
Yep,
You know, and make that a top priority.
yeah, I'll pull out the contract and look at it.
Right, because times change and, you know, it just makes sense.
We gotta move on to
Yep.
Chris.
We can't.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you
Welcome.
very, very much. Congratulations on the full house.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, watch it for that
Good.
TV.
And,
I wait to see somebody get hit. I'm so sorry.
no, it's all good.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Good, good. First week of August. I can't believe we're already here in August. It's kind of crazy.
I can't believe we're in August.
Um. Don't have much for you all today. Just want to let you know, since our last meeting a couple weeks ago, I've gotten used to asking and using the residents up at the jail. More often, they had a couple guys come down last Tuesday and help me mow the lawn and stuff.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is.
That's good. They should be doing
And I
that.
think what I'm gonna try to do for the rest of the year, every Tuesday, because I know they're busy Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, every other Tuesday, I'm gonna try to get some type of schedule in a couple guys to help me with the
Yeah,
lawn.
that's good.
They also, the shack / generator building at the jail, I got a tree fell on it a couple of years ago, I guess. So I got some supplies and they fixed it up. A couple of residents there, so they've been helping out with me
Yeah,
recently, and that's been really good.
Is he taking them away from garden time?
no,
Okay.
yeah.
That's why Bill's happy.
They'll actually get them on a week schedule, so
Oh, wonderful.
they've got plenty of time.
Sweet. Secondly, I met with Dale Rowley yesterday. He just wanted to discuss the renovations going on in
Yeah,
the old probate court.
yeah,
And also, he asked me where he thinks we should put the dumpster, because I guess they're doing a lot of demolition, a lot of trash, ripping up the floors, things like that. What I offered to him was, because I park the truck usually up front, I offered for the time being, they can use the facilities manager spot if they can fix a dumpster
I'll
there.
put a dumpster right there.
But I don't know, if that works for you three, obviously, because I don't really park there much.
I think that's perfect.
Especially when I take the truck home and stuff, so,
Right nearby.
and I think it'd be out of the way, out of everybody's way, it'd just be hopefully that parking spot. And I felt like that, if that was okay with me, if it was okay with you three. Thirdly, I'm getting ready, starting to do more of the budget stuff, trying to get used to that. I've been working on my 1030 worksheet, my budget worksheets. Filling in, the Amy printed out the other day, the up-to-date appropriation.
Year to date. Yep.
So I've been working with that, and that's going pretty well. I think I'm getting a handle on it, getting an idea of prices and things like that. And really lastly, I know I've been signed up for training classes. There's still no training classes this month. My next training class is actually not till December. And it's only,
Okay,
it's a 2-day course about construction integrity or something. I think it'll be kind of useful for me just to have a different view on buildings and the interior, more like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Help me out that way. And then also, I would like to request if we go to executive session to talk about PTO. I don't know if I do, is that executive thing or?
Sure.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah, I'll make a motion. We go into executive session.
Yeah.
405 Title 1 subsection A.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Make a motion. We came out of executive session at 9:58. I made the motion, Betty seconded.
Thank you.
And no action.
Okay.
No action. At your convenience, Chris, I would like. And that, no.
I think they have their person, so would you like me to bring them in? I think they have.
Sure.
Does anyone need a break before you go in?
No, as long as it does that.
And
I'm
thank
glad you are.
you, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Doing well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. Sure.
We need one of those.
Good morning
Good
again.
morning, good morning.
Thank you.
And so you thought we bribe you with donuts. We have them all the time.
I know, how do you guys do this?
It's good to see you. Always.
You guys keep making worrying for the donuts.
So, good to see you.
It
is good. There's donuts, gentlemen. How are you? Me too. That's what I.
It's some beautiful weather in summer.
Good morning.
You order it?
Good to see you. Yeah.
Let's have a motion to.
Motion to go into executive session at 10 o'clock, Title 1, 405, subsection G. I think, she'll check.
See?
See?
Yeah. You guys just have a bad day.
Motion to come out of executive session.
You already did.
Oh, okay. I don't see a need for a motion.
I don't know.
Uh,
For that good. I don't know for that good or we're
Right.
as bad as.
Or I guess I'm making a motion.
Yeah. A lot of touching. I commend her average in 2 hours was amazing and her yes, good enough. And we had some heads up base. Yeah, it worked out. Next season.
That the commissioner is working with the city of Belfast, pending approval regarding a sale of the former Waldo County Superior Courthouse with the city of Belfast. That is my motion.
I'll second
All in favor? Thank you.
So, thank you. I apologize for that.
Thank you so much.
Hey, we gotta take a short break.
Oh, good. And I'll scratch down what I've got written down
I'll take
back there.
a good question.
it. It could make, probably one.
I remember Jim taught me you could do like everything in the world from an igloo in Alaska. You know, and it's like,
One of us hopes that.
I just really feel bad when they're always stuck sitting in there.
That's a good question for them. I bet they would answer that.
So where were we here?
Um,
Bob,
Yes, right with you.
miscellaneous business, correspondence.
Okay, don't have a lot for you, but so as you know, I forwarded to you, you had a question from the program coordinator for the Mid-Coast Children's Advocacy Center. They are looking for space, for office space.
They're paying for the Hutchinson Center.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just,
Oh,
you know, again, I think that upstairs would be perfect. I mean, again, we can't be giving stuff away. But I certainly wouldn't want to be raping them. I mean, this, but.
Do we
What do you
want to
think?
offer that
Let me take a look at, look
for
into. it.
$500 a month or something? Those
You know what
corner
I
rolls?
up there? I don't know. Barb, could you reach out to them? And tell them that we've got some space that we would be interested in offering them?
okay.
They ought to look at it because I don't know what, if they have,
I know, I can't remember if
But
they
they
took
need
the
to
law out. or not.
yeah, it might not be big enough to mount anything to.
But beggars can't be choosers at that point.
So you've asked me to reach out to them to find out what their needs are.
Well, I guess I would just ask you to reach out to them and just say to them, you know, be advised the commissioners have. We have
Come and
an
see
office or two. I need to go upstairs, I guess, and look. and
Yeah,
see
I
what
need
the
you
heck
to
it
point
is.
out to me exactly what.
And you know, we'd like to make you an offer if you're interested. Remember, we were gonna give it to New Hope for Women. And then there was a couple other groups, but. You know, and a
Do you need to take that?
price can be negotiated. Betty, you're ringing, Betty. I got my peepers in, man. I can hear a squirrel a mile away.
You're good to hear it, I just could barely.
Okay, I'll try to keep this short. So let them know that there may be a few rooms available upstairs.
Few offices, yeah.
Yes, sorry, offices. And work it out with maybe Chris to show them, or I don't mind.
No, like Chris. Chris is the facilities guy, but we should fill him in.
I will.
mean, But I like that number of 500 a month, Bill.
For each one, or?
Well, I don't know. Again, that's why I guess we gotta go look
Yeah.
at it, because. And that's why I said, what were they paying at the Hutchinson Center? Because I struggle to think that the Hutchinson Center was giving it away for nothing.
No.
You know what I mean?
But these rooms up here,
They're not very
we
big,
have, they're not very big,
you know.
Yeah,
I mean-
the Hutchinson Center, that,
yeah.
those little rooms are not big.
We could always sweeten the deal if they were interested, $500 a month, and we'll throw in the internet and the electricity or something, or. You know, whatever, but
Want to be careful on that one, and the only reason I say that is their internet needs may be very different because of the nature of their work.
yeah, Lord
I
knows
don't
we
know
pay a
that.
fortune
I
at the
don't
Superior
know that.
Court building, yeah.
That would be a IT question probably. Okay, I will reach out to them and let you know where that's going. You received a letter from Susan Collins, just updating. You may remember that the county back in March, or the commissioners back in March, wrote a letter of support for Penobscot Community Health Center, trying to build a dental office in there. And so she wrote back to just give you an update that with her support, $1,322,000 has been included for that request in the fiscal year 2024 labor, health and human services and education appropriations bill that was recently approved by the Senate Appropriations Committee. So there's going to be a few, she said there'll be several more steps in the process before any appropriations bills are finalized, but she just wanted you to know where it stands at the moment. So that's interesting news. The Maine DOT sent a letter out to everyone, letting them know that they're developing a carbon reduction strategy. And they are having a virtual meeting on August 7th. Oh, excuse me, I have the wrong date here. Oh, they're remaining open for virtual comment through August 7th, if anyone wants to comment on that. One part of that is to, I guess, involves cars and vehicles, and so if you would like to know more about that, I'll be glad to print it off for you. There's a link if you wanted to look at that, just let me know. As Carrie mentioned, we did a little training on Tuesday. It was clear and good, and I think we both benefited from it. And my plan is I'm gonna have to lock myself in the room and start the budget,
Why, you gotta help, Carrie's like, game on.
No, I know, but I mean, I've got to start building the templates, and doing it while it's fresh in my mind.
Is that something Susan can help you with, or?
I'll talk to Carrie and we'll go from there,
Huh,
for sure.
Yeah, I apologize for not making it.
Oh.
I was gonna sit in on it too. It's able to get there. So.
Oh, understandable, and that's okay, because it's nothing we would make you do anyway. I believe other than minutes, that's all I have for you. So the minutes that I had sent to you back on July 28th was from the July 20th court
I
session.
didn't even read it.
I didn't see any issues.
I didn't read them.
I'm really approved.
Second,
I'm not gonna vote, because I didn't even look at them, guys.
all in favor?
Okay, that's all I have for you.
All right. Any miscellaneous business? Betty, you say you had a couple of things early this morning, something you want, when they're talking about the executive session, wanted to bring up,
No, I just wanted to have them early, so in case I had.
Okay, oh.
Yeah, in case I had to leave.
We haven't heard anything yet.
I know, that my granddaughter was alone, so my great granddaughter. It happened somewhere on Route 1, I guess. So I don't know anything.
I guess the second,
We adjourned.
Perfect. Second.
all in favor?
All right.